this game and this rivalry, I guess, change, evolve, or not over the course of almost 2 decades for you now? Trying to make you feel old this morning.
Yeah, and you think back. There's been so many great games. Ones that the energy, the emotion, the passion is extremely high. I don't know, if it's changed as much as I feel like our guys understand the magnitude of the game, the importance of it. Certainly the last few hadn't been close games, whether it's been there or here, and so. I don't know about the change or the difference, but I do know that our guys understand how important this is in our preparation, in our focus, and everything that we do going into it. That for our fans, those who have come before us, what a big game this is.
How do you keep the process that you guys have really embraced, that every game is the same, and the magnitude? I think you can probably do both of those things at the same time, right?
Absolutely. I mean, as we prepare, we believe in our process and preparation, and we put everything that we have into preparing for each opponent. You certainly know as a coach, your players are aware of the opponent. The importance, the magnitude, the level of focus that they're going to need to have. So blending those two together, staying in our routine, staying with our daily habits and the way we do it, also understanding that, this is a first road game. It's going to be in a hostile environment against a good team. So making sure we're at our best for that opportunity.
A couple of years ago, you guys fell into a hole early. What needs to change in those first 10 minutes to keep momentum from swinging away from your end?
Well, they did a good job pressuring us and coming after us, and we turned the ball over. We didn't have some great possessions, and then they're so good attacking in transition if you don't have the offensive possessions you need. So ball toughness, ball security, making sure we get the basketball into the paint, that we move it with the pass, that we play for one another. Those are things that, I think we have more skill, more playmakers, and we need to be more intentional at doing that.
From your experience as a head coach, as an assistant, what's the difficulty in trying to come away with wins in Iowa City?
I think anytime you go on the road, you play a good team, it's going to be tough. It doesn't matter where that is. This is no different than that. So, we understand the magnitude because of the rivalry game, because of the, those who have come before us and in the state what it means. And at the same time, if you're going to go to win a game on the road, you've got to have tremendous focus. You've got to keep your emotions in check. You've got to play one possession at a time. You've got to win in the margins. You've got to do the job on the glass with the turnovers, things that we value all the time, and you've got to consistently do them for 40 minutes. That's going to be our aim.
Is it possible to get Damon gradually a little bit closer to climbing toward 100% while he's playing, or are there going to be situations as the season goes where you, kind of look? Is there a spot we can, just like you did in the past when you was dealing with the shoulder?
Yeah, I think with Taman, he's somewhat of a superhero to me. Like, he's a guy that finds ways in adverse situations and challenges to still perform at an extremely high level. Sometimes when it comes to things with him, they don't always make sense because he just has such a strong will, intestinal fortitude, and mental toughness to figure things out. So certainly for everybody, and Taman included, there's your confidence, there's your rhythm, there's how you feel, and all those things. And we work diligently every single day so that he's at his best and feels his best when the games approach. So I've got tremendous confidence in him and the way that he's going to play. It's just, I know he would have liked to in some of these games maybe, been at his absolute best, but he's still playing well. He's bringing a lot to the table, and he's a consummate winner. Like, he is a winner through and through.
Despite him not being 100%, just how much does his presence overall just lift the rest of his teammates?
Yeah, he's such an impactful leader. His presence on the court is something that really gives us confidence. Defensively, he takes so much pride in getting stops, loose balls, offensively making plays for his teammates, attacking and those things, making the right play. So, we've seen Taman play in a lot of tough circumstances, whether it's been an injury, being hurt, a quick turnaround, whatever those things may be, and we have all the confidence in the world that he's going to come out and be his best on Thursday.
What percent would you say he's at right now, and just how far away is he from 100?
Yeah, I have no idea how to answer that, and I'm not even sure Taman would. It's really just comes down to For him, over time, I don't know for any guys if they're ever 100%, what that would even mean. We practice hard, there's contact, there's things that are necessary to do every day, and so I think it's about getting the recovery, the treatment, the stretching, everything that you need to do to put yourself in the best situation to play. And I think, whatever 100% is, I'm pretty sure as you move forward with the season, that's not a thing for anybody.
How much fun is it to coach in this rivalry?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, to me, you want to get up for games that have higher magnitude. You want to be at your best. Certainly, I have tremendous pride in our program, what we've done over time, 19 years in being here when I first came here, and just knowing how important this game is. So it means a lot. It means a lot to many. It means a lot to me personally and my family. So we're going to aim to do everything we can to be at our best.
Do you have any relationship with Coach McCaffrey, and if so, what is it like?
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach he's a good man. We have opportunities to connect with the Coaches versus Cancer opportunities. When we see each other on the road, we're always cordial. So I respect the program that he's built, the way that he's done it, and the successes he's had at multiple stops over time. And, continues to do a great job with his program there.
Seems like Milan has generally followed the instructions of, hey, hunt your shot more, need more activity on the move, defensive rebounding, all that stuff. Are you still having to spur him on a little bit, or does it seem to come kind of as a matter of course to him now?
What's great is the message that he's hearing every day at practice at this point, and so ultimately it's no different than when I shared with him before we started today. Hunt more threes, grab more rebounds, the same things we're talking about. So, I mean, ultimately, I've got tremendous confidence in him, and as he continues to take that step in his development, I think for all these guys, it's keeping the focus on the things that matter most. I think when he has defensive activity and rebounding activity, his movement and his ability to get shots is more prevalent as well. Certainly, he's got to be opportunistic in transition. He's got to be opportunistic off the offensive rebounds. But ultimately, I think it still comes down to when you play really hard, you fly around defensively and on the glass, you'll do that on offense. It's the same rhythm of the game. That's where he needs to keep his focus.
On the offensive glass, he had a couple tip outs on Sunday. Was that a sign of him being a little bit more engaged on the glass? I don't know that we've seen a lot of that from him.
Yeah, no, those are big plays. I think he's starting to make more plays defensively where he gets a deflection or a block as well. For him, at his size, when he gets behind the defense, whether it's a cut or a roll or in transition, and he's already in there, we want him to mix it up and try to make a play, and he's doing that more and more.
Curtis seems to have a lot of confidence shooting this year, whether it's off the dribble or from deeper range. How have you seen that kind of develop over the last several months and then early month of the season?
Well, he's put so much work into it, and I think you saw it last year. His confidence through the season continued to move forward, and then the off season he stayed true and consistent to his work habits, and every single day in practice he's the same player. There's nobody in our program that's more consistent than Kurt. Like, his consistency is tremendous, and so I think then it eliminates thinking, and you're just playing with a free mind. And you can see that out there, the confidence, the growth. Like, he looks like the veteran player that he is, how he carries himself, how he walks, the poise that he has. And so it's great to see, but he works for that every day. He earns that, and proud of him for it.
Coach, in this day of mega conferences, MTEs, and for home games, will there always be a place for this series, do you think, on the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that for sure. I mean, you sure would hope so. I mean, it's a game that we love to play. I don't know how things continue to change and landscape continues to evolve. I think the one thing we've learned more than anything is we all have to be adaptive to whatever those situations and circumstances are. Yet at the same time, I think, the true rivalries and some of these series that have gone back a number of years are really special, and you hope to preserve those as long as you possibly can.
What do you tell your team going into a rivalry like this?
Yeah, we believe our daily habits, and we respect everybody that we play, but we believe it's about us and our focus on our habits and doing what we do. It's not, you go to these games, whether it's on the road, a rivalry game, or whatever you want. I think it still comes down to keeping your mental focus on one possession at a time. It's not about trying to do heroic things. It's doing simple things, executing, mental focus, sprinting back, blocking out, making the extra pass. Those are the sort of things that need to show up over 40 minutes. So, we don't have as many speeches and motivational jargon as much as, do the simple things, focus on our daily habits, be the team that we are.
Since returning from Maui, you felt Marquette under 75, with Jackson State of under 50. Have you seen the defense improve over the last week or two?
You know, it has. I think our communication has definitely gotten better. I think Deshaun Jackson's taken a big step. His activity level, I think he's starting to get very comfortable commanding traffic defensively, which has been great. We've seen Nate Heisey take a big step in terms of being a shutdown defender and things that he wants to do. Joshua Jefferson, part of defense is finishing plays on the glass. He's been absolutely elite at his focus on doing that and finishing plays. So I think for all of our guys, it starts for us with the ball pressure, certainly. But there's so many aspects that contribute to playing well defensively. But I do feel like we are continuing to improve in that area.
Obviously, you guys are looking at the bigger picture, but to reach your highest AP ranking since 1957, just what does that mean for the school and this program?
Yeah, as far as me, I don't know what the bigger picture is. I'm just looking to have a good practice today and then see what happens from there. So, I mean, it's flattering, and from the standpoint of for those who have come before us and set the tone for the program, the former players, coaches, alums, everybody that cares about this program, it's neat to have those things that maybe hadn't happened or haven't happened for a while, and at the same time, that doesn't distract or change anything from the task at hand. Have a great practice today, have a great film session today, get a great night rest, be sound in our preparation, and be ready to continue to do that as we lead into the game on Thursday.